That was what I'm saying. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for our final match of the day. It's the Corsair Summer Tour 2013, brought to you by Beyond the Summit, organized by Gosu Gamers, and made possible by Corsair, our lovely sponsors. We're excited. We're ready. I'm LD. He's Merlini. It's a best of 3. It's Evil Geniuses versus 4FC, and it's about to get underway. Game 1, the draft halfway through. We'll hop into it and see how the teams are doing.
Fairly standard draft, I say, so far. Syllabear falling off the bandwagon. The bandwagon?
The bandwagon?
Yeah.
Yuck.
But Evil Geniuses actually banned out OD. I actually think that's a very strange ban considering the picks from 4 Friends plus Krilly. So they picked Gyrocopter and Nature's Prophet. Those are very, very greedy first picks. Gyrocopter needs a lot of babysitting. Nature's Prophet almost never just straight up wins his lane. So they're already lacking a little bit in the early game. I think with the OD pick, it would have just been absolute like crush in the early game if EG wanted to press their advantage early, which they totally could have. I felt like just a straight up tree ban would have been okay. They can just win their lanes and then just win the game from there. But other than that, 4 Friends with Curly ban out a couple of carries, and still we have yet to see the carry of choice for EG.
Yeah, EG, they'll save it for last. Obviously, 4FC already have their carries, so no reason to pick one now. You could do it with that final pick, unless you're worried about something getting banned. But Anti-Mage, Alk, your other premier carries already removed from the pool. Lifestealer actually ignored by both teams, though. 8 picks in. Nobody wanted to select him. And I don't know if it's really the best carry for EG now, because they are up against the Tricore, and they don't have any other big late-game hero. So you probably either want to go for an ultra-hard carry or just some aggression. But we'll see. For EG, what they want to do, Queen of Pain should dominate the Dragon Knight mid. Their tri-lane will be very strong with Jakiro Visage +1. And I like the Spectre ban. We've seen him pair well with Darkseer in the past. It's also just something that gives you an ultra late game option, even against the Tricore.
Yeah, and it'll just almost certainly be able to farm versus Nature's Prophet if they try to do that in the off lane. One problem with Evil Geniuses lineup right now is they are very, very susceptible to a BKB rushdown. Gyrocopter and Dragon Knight, very natural BKB heroes, and their lineup damage is almost all magical right now.
Yeah, almost all magical damage, but they can change that in a hurry with this final pick. Will it be, who knows, a Faceless Void, a Spirit Cow, a Space Cow, any sort of cow, really.
Yeah, Anti-Mage, Alchemist, Spectre, and Luna banned
really?
out. Luna banned out by EG.
Is EG just trolling?
So what are the carries left that are decent versus this?
I mean, 4FC is not picking a Luna with this lineup. I'm not...
Yeah,
I think Fear just says, whatever. We can ban whatever we want. We're going to beat you anyway. Is probably the attitude behind this pick.
The cocky man? It's like banning Spirit Cow?
I mean, you could have banned a support. They only have a Nyx.
Yeah, I mean,
there's a Shadow Demon in the pool.
There's a Rubik.
There's a Rubik. There's some legit supports, but they'll ban a Luna instead.
Maybe they're scared of getting pushed down, which they should not be at all, because 4 Friends plus Krilly's lineup is so greedy. Dragon Knight, Nature's Prophet, and Gyrocopter, I think they're getting a little bit too...
It should be 4 Friends plus Greedy.
4 greedy friends plus greedy Krilly?
Krilly's kind of like the Scrooge McDuck of carry players, because he built so many carry items that he leaves nothing for his team. Just starves them all. And we'll see an Enchantress pick. They'll get the jungler for Boomski, who's played a pretty decent Chen in the second game of that, or the third game of that series. The second game was on the Enigma. It's had some questionable black holes, but did have good early movement and pretty good early farm. Setting up 2 kills on the safe lane Kunkka.
Yeah, I like him with less cooldown dependent heroes. Sometimes he seems like it's a little bit, he's hesitant to cast a black hole, but with a Shadow Demon, with Enchantress, very expendable cooldowns for them.
I figured EG would do something like this, just get a really hard carry to take it late. I did mention the Void briefly earlier. One of the only hard carries left in the pool. They'll snap it up now, and now if they want to take it late, they can. Void can outcarry almost anything late game. Yeah. Even multiple farm carries, you just chrono them, You kill 1 or 2 during the chrono, and then you just man fight the last
And they have just a ridiculous AoE follow-up. Vacuum into a wall, into Jakiro, Macro Pyre, Dual Breath, Ice Path, Queen of Pain, Sonic Wave, Scream of Pain. So much boom from EG. And again, they need BKBs up on Krilly, or up on Krilly and whatever.
Krilly.
Other
I love saying that
greeter.
name. Krilly. It
Greedy.
sounds like a rare metal.
I like saying Krillelelele.
Krilly!
It's a cool name.
Yeah, it's a cool
And
name.
what's the handprint for on their logo?
I don't know.
It's like, stop, let me farm. Stop ganking me.
Stop! Give me your gold. It's a hand of Midas. That's what it is.
Yeah, pretty good.
Their logo is a hand of Midas. That's how much this team likes gold. On the side of 4 Friends and Krilly, you've got your underdogs. You've got the team that is going to have a tough task ahead of them. Winner of this match will move on to the next round of the Corsair Summer 2013, the playoffs. That's what's coming up after the group stage completes. This is Group C. Dignitas secured first in the group yesterday. They'll be the 1 seed coming out of this group, one of the final 8 teams in the event. No big surprises there, but they did take down EG 2-1 in their best of 3 to advance. As for 4FC, well, if they lose here, they'll fall short, they'll go home. It's a best of 3. This is game 1 of that best of 3. And on the dire side, we've got the stand-in 61-16. I would say so far has been underwhelming at best. He'll have to pull out his A game in this one, or EG are just going to run away with it. Strangby, your Nyx assassin support. Blongberg on the Dragon Knight. We'll have Krilly playing the Nature's Prophet, heading to the off lane. Surprised he's not starting with the Gloves of Haste as well as some clarity potions.
Clarities.
Yep. Boomski on the Enchantress. So maybe we'll see Krilly play more of that sacrificial role this game. He hasn't done it yet today, but he did play the Bat Rider earlier. And then on the side of Team EG, your Radiant squad, they are obviously the big dogs. They need to win this series to move on. They got knocked down to the losers bracket of Group C by Dignitas. Demon on the Darks here, heading to the off lane. Back on a more signature hero this time around. Jo playing the Queen of Pain. We'll have B-Diz on the Jakiro. And Fear, the old man with the old school Timebreaker. This is the vintage one. I have 2 of them. He'll be playing the Faceless Void. Last but not least, Sexy Bambo. Looking swag on the visage. And for EG, well, they were not at their best yesterday, Merlini, but I would be very surprised if 4FC can take this series.
Yes, indeed. I think this Dragon Knight pick is just hurting them really badly. Nyx actually matches up very well versus Queen of Pain and can shut her down for most of the early stage of the game until she gets her BKB. And they don't really have the option of putting Nyx middle, because if you do that, Dragon Knight either has to go to off lane against this triple lane from EG, or go against the Darkseer. Both are very unfavorable matchups, or all 3 are actually unfavorable matchups. And I think that Dragon Knight is going to have just a difficult time doing anything.
I completely agree. Queen of Pain should be able to dominate that matchup. As the rune's about to spawn, I will quickly remind y'all, there is a giveaway. If you're interested in free Dota TV tickets, you can head over to gc.corsair.com, check out the Corsair coverage page, show Ghoster Gamers some love, and then also on top of that, enter for a chance to win free Dota TV tickets. Hope you guys will consider checking it out. Now the creeps have spawned, and the mid lane, as you mentioned, should heavily favor Jo. Then the question is, how's the off lane going to fare? Krilly on the Nature's Prophet, spamming the Treants early, but Jakiro's one of the better supports to have against these. That Dual Breath is really good at killing them off early, and we might see some creep camps blocked, but obviously this Faceless Void for Fear is going to have complete free farm.
I think that Demon could have actually contested this triple lane. I think he could have just went over here, dragged the creeps, or even over here, drag the creeps to his lane, and then get level 2, and then after that, you can actually stay decently okay in the lane. Nyx is not the best for zoning out a Darkseer. First off, he's not ranged. Secondly, his stun is only 1 second left at level 1, so they really have to rely on the Enchantress, and with a couple bad creeps, I think Darkseer can just get an easy level 3, level 4, perhaps level 5, until they put out a lot of pressure on him. But he'll be in the jungle, but this will just give complete free farm to the Gyrocopter.
Free farm to the Gyro, but they are trading it for a Void, and of course they're expected to win the mid lane, so they can still win 2 lanes here and get Demon farm to the jungle. I still think it's a decent trade for them, all things considered. Demon doing a nice job. He's gotten incredibly unlucky. This is the worst set of creeps you can get as a Darkseer, but
he didn't double spawn either.
Instead of double spawn, he's just been using the choke point jungle tactics, and it's the best way to deal with this camp. Really smart to actually do it from low. So he'll still jungle pretty fast. He's going to hit level 3 soon. Actually a bit faster than normal. Good. Oh, Krilly going to go down bottom. First blood to EG. Only caught the very tail end of it, but looks like a dual breath and a just simple auto attacks to get the kill. Bambo didn't even use Solus. He doesn't even have a skill yet.
Yeah, I'm surprised that went like that. I mean, he had the Treants over here scouting it out, and he saw 3 people very, very early, even before the creep wave was there. So I'm surprised that he picked up or gave up a first blood. But I mean, at this point, you can't do anything. He should just go jungle, similar to how Demon is.
If Demon wanted to go top now, it would be pretty dangerous. With Boomski already level 3, Strangby level 2. They haven't really ran a Basilius. If they want to push this tower, perhaps they could, and indeed they have one on 61-16. As far as his last hitting, 10-2 in the lane. Fear slightly ahead, 12-4. I will say the Void's much easier to last hit with than a Gyrocopter, especially early on. But still, it's a free farm lane. You want to be getting every possible creep. Fear, we'll see what he goes for, but generally he's been favoring those ultra-hard carry builds, so don't be surprised if he rushes a Midas or a Battle Fury here.
And Jo trying to put out a lot of pressure on Blomberg in the middle, but he did pick up an Illusion Rune, and with that very early 2-minute rune, he should have a relatively easy time. 10 last hits compared to Queen of Pain's 13. This will be the first tower down in the game, just under 3 minutes for 4FC.
And give it to the Dire squad in general. 4FC draw the first blood when it comes to towers, but it was EG who got the first blood when it comes to kills. And the middle lane is going heavily for Jo. He's only level 4, but with 2 points in Shadow Strike, constantly driving that Dragon Knight back. Still farming well. Blomberg 11-1. This is not quite as well as Yao did earlier today on the Dragon Knight, but about as good as I would expect against a strong Queen of Pain player like Jo. You can't really ask for more. He's doing well.
And Demon decides to return back to the lane. Again, I just have to question his decision going to jungle. They're giving up this tower so early. I mean, he had a Hellbear Smasher. They don't really have enough lockdown to send him back. Gyrocopter does have 1 level homing missile, but that just hurts you so badly as EG. And they're free to just abuse his creep pools as much as they want. And because of this, the mid has to be very, very scared, and it could potentially die from a gank from behind.
Yeah, the one way EG could maybe punish this is if they had good supports to roam, but they have a Jakiro and a Visage who mostly just want to be farming and getting levels. Speaking of which, Bambo feeling a bit under-leveled. Only 2 as the tri-lane Visage. Same for the Twin-Headed Dragon, and that's not because he's playing badly or anything. It's because really has been blocking the camp quite a bit. Boomski, haste runes there. Jo gets baited. Beautiful play here from 4FC. Jo in trouble on the run. One more nuke will bring him down. Didn't use the Chain Lightning. Not perfect micro, but just a great bait. Yeah, perfectly played. Hides in the smoke, and then as soon as Bambo jumps in, picks up the haste. Never knew what hit him.
Again, they lost top already, and now they're losing mid. Queen of Pain dying in this matchup. I mean, granted, it was due to his supports, but you don't want to let that happen, and Dragon Knight out-level you when you're a Queen of Pain. And Fear is pretty close to his Midas, assuming he's going in. I see the Gloves of Haste in his stash, so he will almost certainly be going Midas. But again, I feel like they could have punished a greedy lineup from 4SC, but punish it they are not. Only Krillay has died on the side of 4SC.
And all things considered, I just think it's really nice movement from 4FC early. The Enchantress smoke ganks, the early push on the top tower. Every move has had a purpose for the squad, and Boomski does just seem to have a nice game plan. As a player, he comes into the game and he says, okay, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to farm on Enigma. I'll gank that top lane a few times in the first game we cast of him today. In the Chen game, he just got the early mech and pushed a few times, but mostly just made sure that he could keep his carries alive while they continued farming. And this game, well, early kills, early towers, early pressure, playing the Enchantress, a slightly different kind of jungler. He's generally just been making nice moves and setting 4FC up for potential success.
Yeah, he's really the main playmaker for 4FC in the first 10 minutes of the game, and made plays he has. He's been doing a great job controlling this half of the map, and now EG is very limited in terms of what they can use. There's a double stack on bottom from Bambo, but this other creep block or creep spawn is blocked, so their supports are going to be a little lacking in terms of levels. Darkseer only level 2, Jakiro level 3.
That's credit to Krillay, who did what we've seen from a lot of prophets lately, which is sacrificial offlane block creep spawns with the Treants. It's very annoying to play against. It does slow down your supports a lot, and heroes like Visage don't really have a great alternative. If there's no one to kill in the lane, they can't really go smoke gank. They have to find levels from the pulls or leech it from the carry, and you don't want to do that, obviously. So Bambo, only level 2 on a Visage. That means delayed familiars, and you compare that to 4FC, who have a level 5 Enchantress and a level 3 Nyx. Overall, their support levels are way higher, and they've done more this game. They've accomplished more for their team. But if you're EG, I don't think you're too nervous because you have this great AoE team fight. Vacuum, Chrono, Scream, Queen of Pain ult, and you probably even have this late game.
And not only have 4C been doing a good job of killing mid and pushing on top tower, they also been controlling the runes. Blomberg got the illusion rune at 2 minutes. They pick up the haste for the first blood on Jo, and now he's picked up an invisibility rune. When your Queen of Pain can't get runes, he's going to fall very far behind.
And it's actually freed up Blomberg too. It's this kind of butterfly effect where that small gank top, all of a sudden, Blomberg is just about to lead in terms of CS, tied with Jo. This should not happen as a Dragon Knight versus a Queen of Pain. And, well, early on it was just Blomberg CSing well, but now it's additional problems, like Jo just being worried about the ganks.
Demon wants to put some pressure on him bottom. Very early rotation from Darkseer. Most of them start joining their team when he gets mech, but he is nowhere close to that.
He's level 6. He's actually taking an early point in wall. No points in vacuum yet, not maxing the Ion Shell as he's not level 7 yet. Normally you would just take a point of vacuum here, but, well, we'll see how this pans out. Ion Shell and Fear. Fear could jump in. They've got to be worried. If they want to defend this, they'll need a lot of heroes, because obviously Chrono, you don't want to TP into a Chrono. You just drop the Chrono before the hero even arrives. Your team can set up shop around it. So instead, 4FC go for the trade. Worried about the big team fight of EG, seeing 4 heroes bottom. They'll pressure top. This tier 2 might fall in exchange for tier 1. Glyph has been used. Fear looking for the last hit here. And they put a bit of pressure on the mid lane. In fact, Demon's coming to defend. Runs right into an Impale. Now into a Rocket Barrage. He'll go down. And a Demon death and a tier 2 in exchange for tier 1 doesn't feel like a good trade to me. There's your call down. Hits the creep wave. Clears it off quickly. Still, they're in decent position. Fear, well, he might find an opening. Jumps in with the Chrono. Krilly makes the same mistake Demon just did. Both offlaners just way out of position.
Getting greedy. He does have the Hand of Might recipe, and his gold is all reliable now, so I think that Krilly actually ended up on way better than Demon did in that trade.
Yeah, and the other thing is that, well, the good news for Demon is now the lane's pushed all the way to his tower.
Wow. And a death by Blomberg. He just stunned. This rune control is really just hurting Jo right now.
Yeah, the haste turn up, and, well, one of the reasons they don't have rune control is because EG had 4 heroes bottom. Nobody checking the runes, nobody controlling them during that time. People were even late to TP to defend the tier 2 top, so...
In general, just sloppy movement by EG, I think. I saw Bambo check the 4-minute rune. Unfortunately, it spawned top and really set things in motion for his poor mid lane. But other than that, I haven't been seeing them rotate so much. I've only seen Darkseer go top a couple of times, and he went bottom. Didn't really get anything accomplished there. And they've just been dying, being out of position a little bit, not being there to defend towers. And 4C taking a pretty good early game lead. And
Fear now a rate of health. The way this game's developing, I think this...
Farm fest.
Yeah, I think this is the right way to go, though.
Out greedy, 4 friends plus greedy.
Midas Battlefield against a Tricore that's taken early towers and has a bit of an edge. I think this is what you have to do. Because if you don't go ultra greedy, can you actually outcarry these 3?
Well, they could just force team fights and just force a T1 fight at middle, although it's not the best lineup to actually go offensively with. They can group up in team fight. 4FC is trying...
You're right, they could, but the Visage is only level 4.
They need them bats.
I feel like they're just a bit under-leveled, and even Jo is just feeling a bit squishy to me to really force a team fight.
The only problem is if they decide to try and split push a little bit and farm it up passively, I think that Fear will get his farm, but everyone else will suffer in the process. With Strength B almost being level 6 on Nyx Assassin, that is going to cause additional troubles for EG in their planned passive farm phase.
Beat is continuing to pull. He's starting to find those levels now as the Nature's Prophet has left the lane. Meanwhile, top lane, Demon's dived in. He'll kill off the Gyro. Now eats an Impale to the face and will end up going down. So,
early wall.
Well, the early wall makes the difference there. He finds a kill. And gets a kill on the enemy Gyro. That's an important kill. Well played by Demon.
I'm actually surprised that a Gyrocopter went for a very, very greedy build in the Yasha. I generally prefer drums on him, especially if you have the potential to be fighting. It really sets you back without that extra almost 200 HP.
Yeah, Gyro's one of those few agility carries that doesn't normally build Manta because it's not the best like flat damage item and it's not the best survivability item. Normally you just see the BKB, MKB, something like that because, or the Butterfly, because it maximizes the power of each flat cannon barrage, and your illusions don't have flat cannon, so Manta doesn't help you as much there. The other drawback I see to this item, and the reason I'm not sure it's the best choice, is EG have a crap load of AoE, so those Manta illusions aren't going to be long for this world. There's no big silences to remove. I don't think... Yasha's an okay standalone item, but I think generally just rushing the BKB or even just some sort of bigger damage item is the way to go.
Right. It's also really good if you're traveling in between creep camps. Wow. Darkseer just gets blown up on top. Very good positioning by Strangby there, anticipating that someone may go there to farm. Yasha's also good for going in between the creep camps, the neutral camps if you're farming in between the lane, and all 5 creep camps, but Nature's Prophet is usually going to be taking up those.
Now buyback from Demon, an early one at that. He's going to head towards the top lane. Bambo still not level 6. They can't really find a kill without it, I feel. And then the mid lane, Jo, nice deny by him. He'll take the tier 2 tower, or the tier 1 tower away from 4FC. Still, I'm getting a bit concerned for EG. This map's starting to feel rather claustrophobic.
I mean, we have seen Fear carry 1v5 before.
Yeah, and he's a pretty good 1v5 carry in the Void. I feel Anti-Mage is a bit better at that sort of scenario, but we'll see. If you get 6-slotted on Void, yeah, you could definitely carry pretty much against anything. The only issue is if your Chrono's down, you don't offer what a hero like Anti-Mage does.
Yeah, and he's not as good as split pushing, too. Faceless Void just really needs to be able to lock down these heroes. But again, if 4FC gets BKBs, Chrono will still destroy them if he lands a proper one. But
Oh, he's got an opening now. He winds his way through the trees. He looks to go. He'll jump in mid. Chrono on both carries. Call down was deployed, doing decent damage, but 61-16, the first one to fall. Fear joins the fight. That's a 3-4 hero Flame Breath, doing a lot of damage, but they get back into the Macro Pyro beat is now a 3 hero, 4 hero Impale from Strangby. Everybody hitting big stunts. Is there going to be a bird slam? It looks like Strangby will survive. He might.
Oh, is Demon going to get picked up by Strangby?
Oh, Demon in a lot of trouble, trying to run away, and they need 2 hits to bring him down. He runs back in. Now the Prophet ult splashes through. I thought Demon would live there, but Krilly was there to save the day.
Great initiation by Fear there, catching 2 of the very important heroes and setting things up for a nice Queen of Pain ultimate afterwards. Strangby trying to TP out. Are the birds going to be there?
Not
they don't
in
even
time.
Stun up.
And while that's happening, Krilly will push the bottom lane. It's a really fat Void against 3 carries getting decent farm. And then Jo not far behind on the Queen of Pain.
I think it's
Can
gonna
avoid 1v3.
I don't think so, just because if they get a Scythe up on the Nature's Prophet or a Shadow Blade on the Dragon Knight, he just has to worry so much about being picked off. And if they kill Fear, they almost have nothing. Or if they kill him before Chrono, rather. They have the Shadow Blade, will eventually have the Shadow Blade into a Dragon's Tail. They have the Nyx gank and the Scythe. That's going to be a lot of trouble for him if they farm those items past 30 minutes. And you can't really preemptively BKB any of those things, but if you get the jump on them, it's going to be pretty good. But most of the time, 4SC is going to get the jump on them.
And I'm glad you mentioned the Shadow Blade, because the Scythe device is a long way off, but the Shadow Blade's about to come out for Blomberg. He's already hit 1,500 gold. He just needs to complete the Shadow Amulet, and it's coming very soon.
Strangby scouting out a couple heroes.
Scouting out 3 heroes for EG, maybe going to make a move, but if he gets...
Where are your sentries?
If he gets an early Dragon Tail, that could be trouble. Vendetta wears off right as he goes in on Bambo. Not the ideal time to go in, and he'll back off. Yeah, Fear is vulnerable until he farms a BKB, and even then, he's got to get it off at the right time. So it'll just come down to positioning, initiation. I guess the big concern is they have this huge AoE team fight, but a lot of it just relies on the Chrono. Sure, you vacuum Ice Path, but...
So many eggs in one basket.
You really want the Chrono to set everything up, and then everything is used as a follow-up.
Yeah, they need to stack these camps for him because they're putting all their eggs in one basket. Fear needs to carry, and carry hard.
Sounds like a story I've heard before.
Yeah, Bambo is not playing super clowny this. I think Demon has slightly too many deaths to his name, making it 4 out of the 5 deaths on Team EG.
Yeah, they still can try and get towards these basic items. Demon would like to see him just farming a bit more in the jungle. He's worried about the Nyx ganks.
He needs that mech.
Yeah,
He's so far
they
away.
need the mech. 4FC have decent AoE damage. Gyrocopter ult, Breathe Fire. It's not bad. Jo gets stunned mid lane. The fresh shiny Shadow Blade comes through, but Jo will blink away. And now your Gyro on the run. The Familiars could bring him down. Pumps the Magic Stick at the last possible second. Will be able to escape. The smoke from 4FC, Strangby and Boomski. Well, this is not a good angle to go in on. They need these heroes on the low ground. The Familiars will be cleaned up. Imps coming through. 200 gold into the pockets of 4FC. There was no resummon available. Actually, there was. Bambo just using it late.
And I think they also need to have more aggressive wards up. They smoked down bottom, but having no idea of where they were actually in middle, closer to Ancient Spawn, means that it was just a waste of smoke. No Vendetta was used, and I feel like if this ward over here were down more aggressively into the jungle, they can use process of elimination. They know that they're over in the Ancient Stack or over in the left 2 most neutral camps, and their games can be a lot smoother.
Even though Fierce to possibly carry this game more or less all by himself, at least make sure he initiates the fights the right way, he might just be in a position to do it. This is a very fast Battle Fury Midas treads. He's got it at 16.5 minutes. Normally, this isn't a bad time just to get your treads Battle Fury, let alone with
They're
the
coming
Midas
from
on top.
behind. Boomski with an invisibility rune. Are they going to find him? I'm pretty sure they're going to scout him out, but they need Nyx here.
They need Nyx here, or the Shadowblade Dragon Knight. Without them, there's just no way they're getting the kill. He's very low. He's very squishy, but Demons joined him. Pops the Ion Shell on him. While this is happening, in the jungle, Krilly continuing to find farm. Up to 3,000 gold. If I know my Krilly, he's thinking Shadowblade here. Well, I think I know my Krilly.
Mass Shadow Blades. Bambo's looking to put a lot of pressure on them.
I mean, if you're
CJ
4FC, one of the best ways, EG is this big 5-man lineup, right?
Yeah,
So
just split push them to death. Use double Shadow Blades. Try and get map advantage that way. If they get a gem, just kill them.
And yeah, I mean, as much as I'm joking about Krilly liking to farm, it's the more sound tactic. If you group up and try and get an early, I mean, a Scythe would be okay, but anything that helps you split push is pretty much ideal to me.
I wonder what Boomsy's going to get. He's sitting at 1,800 gold. He has arcane boots already. I feel like they need a mech on this team, but the way that 4C's been playing,
he's too squishy though. I feel like you can't rush a mech on Enchantress. That hero just gets blown up.
644 HP, man.
There's your Chrono on 616, 6116. He'll go down. Ion Shell and Fear. Now Krilly's teleported in. Fear, no time walk. He'll try and TP out, and the backtracks are strong with this one.
Wow.
He'll get away.
Midas on the Centaur so that it can't interrupt his TP.
Oh, did he
farming
really?
player.
I didn't even see that.
Yep.
But I also want to say that, well, he backtracked like 6 spells there. Meanwhile, Strangby, Vita's going to get caught out. Strangby on the chase. They need a Prophet ult to splash through. Is there one available? In comes Krilly. Vita's low, not dead yet. And Krilly might go down, gets back in.
Where was the Shadowblade?
Overextending. Oof. No Shadowblade usage there. And EG will pick up an easy kill. 8-7 your score, 18 minutes in. Team EG trailing by 3,000 gold. A bit less as the graph tips upward and experience dead even. And clawing their way back into this game. Merlini, the one thing I really think 4FC should be doing is trying to take Roche.
Yeah, that is very important.
Sure, EG is a scary lineup to fight at the Roche pit, but they have the map control to do it.
Yep, most certainly. And again, EG's vision is very, very lacking right now. They have this ward close to the ancient camp, but it hasn't spawned yet, and most of the time it's just been a Nyx Assassin just running around in invisibility. Speaking of Nyx Assassin, I think once he gets 11, he can do a lot more work. He's been looking for kills, but that level 1 Vendetta duration with only 20 seconds makes it very difficult to spot out unless you have proper vision, which they absolutely do not. Still, only that one ward close to the Roshan pit. They need more aggressive wards. EG has been around this area for most of the game, and without knowing where they are, they're just forced to farm and not go for any pickoffs, which I think they totally could had they had vision.
It's a Mask of Madness for Fear. And now he can fight. Now he can solo kill almost anyone in this game. I think even the Dragon Knight. Sure, he's got a lot of armor, but Void bashing.
Who's your money on now that Fear has kind of?
My money's always been on EG, but they just make life a lot harder for themselves. Sometimes Strangby, yeah, very dead.
Yep, easiest kill of Faceless Void's
The thing
life.
is, like, anytime Fear sees a hero, he can just jump in, chrono them, and kill them.
I feel like they could just bait him out, though, and just drop a call down. He doesn't have BKB. You could have a ranged Dragon Tail stun, too. I think they could just play to Fear's playstyle, and just he's just been solo chronoing a lot of heroes. The Gyrocopter up top, and now the Nyx Assassin in mid. They could just abuse that fact, counter gank him, punish him for going Mask of Madness and no BKB, and make him really think twice about finding these kills. He's 4-0-2 right now, picked up the majority of kills on the side of EG, and 4FC is content to farm up, but they're slipping slowly.
It's only a matter of time before he gets the BKB, though. And once he's got the BKB, 4FC don't really have solutions for him, aside from just dodging the chrono, trying to duke it out. And they've gone for a lot of mid-game items. The Gyro with the drums, the early Yasha. You look at some of these other heroes, Dragon Knight sitting on a Shadowblade and an Ogre Club. Nobody's really going for a hard carry build, except I guess maybe you could say Krilly, but it's more of a split push hero anyway. Nobody can take the Void 1v1, so they'll have to do it together. That means not getting caught in chrono, but also being in position to help each other out. And you can't really help each other out when he's got a BKB, so it feels a bit dicey for them right now.
Sentry Wars at Roshan, and looks like 4FC will win that. They're trying to control the Roche pit. Let's check the level. Untouchable on Enchantress. No points in there right now. Maxing Enchant is a very unusual build for Enchantress. Meanwhile, Nature's Prophet, Max Nature's Call, so I think they could take out Roshan, but EG is invading their space in middle. Blomberg, big trouble.
And then in a lot of trouble, but the call down comes through. It'll be enough to drive EG back, but they don't really want to fight anyway without Fear. Picks up the Ogre Club, now only about 1,800 gold away, 1,700 gold away from completing. the BKB. And once he's got a BKB, I imagine EG are going to get way more aggressive with their 5-man Dota. They've also got a BKB on Jo now. Jo's still vulnerable to being bursted but if he gets Shadow Blade stunned or Nyx ganked. Fear, as long as the backtrack is strong, a whole lot less so.
Yeah, I think that they could have abused the fact that they have Nyx Assassin and a Shadow Blade DK and pick off some kills, but Nyx Assassin is pretty much just trying to run off by himself. He's still level 9, and he's been killing very unimportant heroes. No more kills on the Queen of Pain, not any kills on the Faceless Void either, and that is the most important part for 4FC.
They really want this Roche, but now it's a bit dangerous. You look at the vision for this team, 4FC is pretty much playing in the dark. If EG smoked up and just ran into the pit, they'd be in a horrible position.
This is very, very dangerous for them. Checking if there's any smokes. There's not one on Demon. There's not one. Oh,
no,
there's not
no
one on
smokes.
Bambo. They have. I'm pretty sure they have vision though, but it's going to be too late for them. Roshan's going to go down in a couple of seconds.
Does EG just not care?
I guess not, but I feel like it is a big deal for them just because if they can survive through the Chronosphere, whether it's through Aegis, through buybacks, through clutch staves or stuns, then they can actually take a team fight.
Well, they apparently weren't concerned or just decided they couldn't fight there. They'll give up a Roche. 4FC, 7-9. They're trailing EG in game 1 of this best of 3. We're now 23 minutes in. We're going to enter the late game fairly early because Fear has gone for such an ultra greedy, farm-oriented build. Prophet's gone for a Midas. Dragon Knight farming a lot. Oh, he's found a wild gyro.
He does have an Aegis and a haste rune. I don't think he's in any trouble. Fear does not think he's worthy of his
Could have popped the Aegis if he had just chronoed that, but doesn't want the chrono to be down just for an Aegis. So he'll wait for a better opportunity, and Gyro's going to come back around top lane. Fear, he's just eyeing him. Throws out a missile. Fear will back off.
Again, Fear is playing blind here. He does not know whether any of the invisibility heroes are up there. If there were 2 stunners there, I think they could just straight up kill him right there. But again, he is not really scared of anything. He does have his BKB up.
And now a gem on the Queen of Pain. So those invis heroes not going to be so survivable. Double Shadow Blade and the Nyx Assassin. Sure, you get a bit of damage from those items, the Shadow Blades, but that's effectively like 6,000 gold that won't really give you much ability to escape if EG comes a knockin'. So
at least Gyrocopter didn't get one too.
Yeah,
that would have been ridiculous.
Triple Shadow Blade and a Nyx against Gem. Gem, a strong item. Imba.
They need a 5-man though, just so Jo is a little bit protected. They don't have any instant stuns unless Dragon Knight really gets the jump on them. Usually you can just blink away from the Nyx Assassin before he can stun you.
No, he's for real. He's just gonna jump in. He wants to pop this Aegis without even using the chrono, and I think he'll stick around for round 2. He's got a BKB. The Impale isn't gonna connect. Oh, he might have died if that did. Now he pops the BKB. The Mask of Madness there as well. Fear is just YOLO moding this. He'll get one. Now he's in trouble. He tries to TP out. Can he get out in time?
Wow, what
those backtracks.
He didn't even pop. He didn't even go to Strange Shreds. It's just like whatever. I can backtrack this. Wow, he gets away with killing a Gyrocopter not only once. He killed him twice. He uses Chrono. He didn't have enough mana time walk away, and he still got out.
Great play by
1v5,
Fear.
no problem.
Great play by Fear, but a little lucky too.
Yeah.
Few backtracks there. Maybe a few less happen, especially I think he backtracked in Impetus. Probably would have died, but he gets out, he pops the Aegis, and now EG.
He didn't even have his Pro Man shield.
Who needs the Pro Man shield?
I know, when you have backtrack, and
Doesn't help you 1v5. It's a defensive item. It's all offense for Fear.
He's maxing out pretty soon though. Already, I mean, pretty much 5-slotted, and it's TP scroll. He's going to
Well, you sell the Midas,
Yeah.
you can get Boots of Travel, that frees up a slot.
Yeah, he's going to be super rich though. Things are looking pretty scary.
And you can still replace the Mask of Madness. If Fear wants to get truly 6-slotted, I'd say he has a good 15 minutes.
4FC is not even that much ahead on gold right now. They've taken out 5 towers compared to EG's 2, and they're only up by like 1,700, 1,800 gold. And this was with them taking out Roshan too. So I thought they had a very greedy lineup. They went greedy builds, but they aren't that rich.
Yeah, they went some greedy builds, but I think the one hero who should have been the greediest is the Gyro, because he's the one that can actually punish the supports. The Dragon Knight, the Prophet having more farm, how much does that really all bring to the table in comparison? The Gyro's still just going to die if he gets chronoed, and especially with this Yasha phase, drums, well...
That's a great fighting build, but not a great just passive farm build.
Yeah, and the mobility just doesn't help you in the mid-game. When you get chronoed, all that mobility ain't going to save you.
I think only one bird gets revealed. I wonder if 616 knows that. Looks like Stringbee's in big trouble.
Fear just knows that if anybody comes top, he's just going to kill them. Yeah, Stringbee going to go down here, probably. He's under cover of Vendetta, gets back into an ice path. But Solo tower for Fear.
Dire's top tower has
No
fallen.
real reaction, no effort to defend.
Fear does not need his team, ever.
I like how, I feel like this is like he's sending us a symbolic message by just refusing to group with them.
Whatever.
This is how much I
Dire's
need my
bottom
team.
tower is under
Look at me
attack.
go. He is very farm though. 16k
Sneaky
net worth.
familiars on the right side.
Not enough to get the kill, and now the Dragon Tail comes. The BKB onto Jo. Goes into range for him. Will bring Jo down. Fear's not here. He's pushing top. Gyro will fall. Bambo on the run. Probably going to lose Bambo in a second. He gets surrounded. The Noose tightens, and he tries to get out. The familiar stun. It will be enough. Nice micro from Bambo. Well, at least nice familiar stuns, I should say. But
200 gold. Is it going to go for them? Ooh, nah. They actually lost the Jeb in that process, and that's a really big deal. Queen of Pain used his BKB on the 4v1 gang on the next assassin bottom. Didn't have it up for that fight, and that cost him his life and their team the gem.
And now Fear, he'll take a tier 2 top. He'll chrono this as well. He wants to ensure the last hit. Will he BKB and go in, or will he run away? With chrono almost ending, he'll back off. Solo pushing towers against a Nyx, a Shadowblade DK. No problem.
Nature's Prophet almost has a Scythe of Vice, though. Wow, that just gave him so much gold. Oh my goodness, that Wrath of Nature just gave him like 600 gold. And he has it in 30 gold, so Midas, Shadowblade, Treads, Scythe of Vice, 28 minutes, pretty good.
It's pretty good. They just they have to find pickoffs though. Like
Yeah.
they really, it would help them so much to kill Fear because he's level 19. If you kill that guy,
Look at his net
he's
worth.
dead forever.
17,000. Over 12,600 with Krilly going this super greedy build.
It is along the lines of what you said earlier though. If he ever gets caught and they scythe him and they do manage to burst him down, he's like all of EG. I mean, without him, I definitely give 4FC the edge unless they get some amazing vacuum ice path
Yeah,
combo.
they need a force stab is what they really need to try and just save him. If he's BKB, you can't force stab him, but he's not going to be in any danger. So if he gets caught out by Dragon Tail stun, by a Nyx Assassin stun, or by a Scythe of Vice, just force stab him out, and that's all you need to do. Just protect Fear. Mech him up, force stab him out, do whatever you can, drop Ice Path, drop all your ultimates, just blink in with Queen of Pain and BKB, scare them off, whatever. As long as you protect Fear, you can usually win the team fight.
Well, he's up to 250 CS, nearly 10 CS mana on a Faceless Void. Not one of the best farmers in the game for sure, but heading top now and looking maybe to get a kill. This Nyx has to be careful. Vendetta won't save you from Chronosphere. It does reveal invisible units, but
Dire's bottom
you're
tower
not going to get
is
in
under
range.
3 seconds left on cooldown. I wonder
Oh.
if he's going to get a Scepter.
Yeah,
Oh.
it looked like it was full, but it's still cooling down. And back comes Strangby. They do have a Scythe device on the Prophet soon. Is it coming now? I think it is. Yeah,
There
there's your
is a
Scythe.
blink from the Darkseer. That's pretty important, I'd say.
Well, if they find Demon, maybe they can kill him, but with Fear lurking nearby, that would be dangerous. Daedalus is coming online. Glass Cannon Void.
1,500 HP. I mean, when you have Backtrack, who needs HP, though, right?
That's true.
And,
And the thing is, you either kill the enemy team in your Chrono and your Mask of Madness, or you die anyway, so.
so you still think EG is the favorite at this point?
It's possible for 4FC to win. It's just, they haven't really shown the level of coordination I think they need to do it.
I completely agree with you there. Had they executed some better ganks with their stunners that are actually use their Shadow Blades to kill people, then yeah, I'd probably say that they had the edge. But I don't think that they can stop Fear. Fear, usually very cautious player, initiates from the right angle, pops his BKB at the right time, not likely to make any crucial mistakes in this 35 plus minute.
They'll surge
phase of
him,
the
he'll
game.
look to time walk in, he wants Krilly, the Chrono catches 2. From downtown he does, now the Queen of Pain hold over the top, 2 to fall. And yeah, that's 2 easy kills.
Again, the wards on 4FC are really lacking. There's no gem anymore on EG. They have this one ward over here. Doesn't really scout anything. They really need vision in this very center of the map. Can you actually see that? Yeah.
I can.
They need vision in that area. Maybe not at Roshan anymore. Maybe just like this area. But they haven't had that for like most of the game, and it has just been hurting them so much when Fear just goes in for solo Chronos. He has not been punished for just casting on 1 or 2 heroes yet.
Yeah, 4FC, they'll split push and try and draw back a rotation. Your Gyrocopter pushing the top lane. Ice Path will clip him. The Void finds the tower. Now time walking back. Do they look to gank this Gyro? Looks like they won't, so 4FC somewhat punishing EG for groupie at mid. They'll take a tier 2 top, and they'll pressure the tier 3, I should say, and now 4FC. They'll take a tier 2 bottom. There's a glyph available. And the Hammerhead Shark wants to fight, but he'll be too late. This tower is going down, denied or not. It will be denied.
No TP on Fear, and this may actually be a good point that 4FC can abuse. They got a lot of damage on that T3 at top. It's only sitting at about 700 out of 1,600 HP. So I think they can keep abusing this fact until he decides to switch a Bootstrap. If they see Faceless Void, just put as much pressure as you can, on anywhere like 3 screens plus away from him, and then you'll be okay. And force Fear back, force him to buy booster travel. If he doesn't, then just keep the pressure up, abuse the Nature's Prophet pick, abuse your Shadow Blades, and no gem on the side of EG, and just keep the pressure up. Stop fighting against Fear, even if it's a 2-man, 3-man, 4-man, 5-man situation. All of those are bad situations against Fear's super stacked Void.
They really need more fire on this Gyro. He's only got a BKB, Yasha, and drums at 32 minutes in. His net worth is less than half of the Void's. You mentioned how they weren't stacking Ancients, though. They should have been stacking a lot of camps throughout the jungle. Dragon Knight can farm those as well. I just feel they picked a greedy lineup, but this hero is the one that needs to be greedy the worst. The Dragon Knight's still useful for his Dragon Tail. Gyro, late game, he's mainly just there for Flak Cannon. Cooldown's okay, but nearly all of his damage is coming from the Flak, and he's nowhere near big enough to accomplish anything.
Mainly.
What's that?
That's what you said. You said, I think you said he's just, and then you said mainly, so kind of mainly. Anyways,
that is not what came out of my brain, but maybe that's what came out of my mouth.
EG is sticking around behind Fear right now, and this is what they need to do. No Fear, no win, and they just need to try everything that they can to protect them. I'm so surprised to see a Veil of Discord picked up by Jakiro instead of a Force Step or a Mech. I think either of those would be better suited, but I guess all-out offense, it does not synergize with EG's Faceless Void at all. No magic damage.
There's
absolutely
a massive wraparound top lane, and for the time being,
TP out.
Strangby is going to run undercover of Vendetta straight to the bottom lane, looking for a kill on Demon, perhaps. Demon, a bit too tanky to solo kill, but with a Prophet teleport,
easiest Roshan of 4 FC.
It could be possible.
Again, lack of mobility on Fear is just hurting them so much. They go for a gank, fail gank, translates into a Roshan and more farm time for 4FC.
That was a really long gank, too. They wrapped like all the way around.
They need a smoke. I mean, they had a ward right here and a sentry. They don't have the gem anymore, so I don't actually know why they think they can pull off ganks without the smoke.
Well, he's listening.
Oh, there it is. Okay,
he got
good.
His bits of travel.
He needs it. He needs it so badly.
For the time being,
he's TP on the familiars, too.
Ooh. Well, Bambo now is an egg, so he'll have extra teleport options in these coming fights. He's nearly 6-slotted now, though. He could replace the Midas, and that's pretty much it. Maybe the Mask of Madness late game. For the time being, 4FC, I guess if they want to take it really late, that might be their best play. If
Fear's going to be 6-slotted soon.
Yeah, at some point he'll come fight for real. I mean, he's been finding kills, but if he doesn't come, it's going to be kind of hard for them to just end the game unless Fear hits a big chrono. Otherwise, 4FC can take advantage of the Prophet, the Shadow Blades, and just split push. Looks like they did find Demon bottom, just kind of out of position. Now top lane, Boomski gets picked off. Fear, now time walking forward. He doesn't even need his chrono. He'll just pop a BKB, saving the chrono for a rainy day. Look at the crits. Now the bash. Age is down. Will he turn 2? In come the familiars. There's a rotation as well.
He still has chrono. They should not help him out. That is just going to be extra heroes dead.
And it is. Now a blink forward from Jo. Really trying to TP out. They actually Fear will jump in again.
Well, he doesn't. He has chrono up still too. They lost to Aegis. They lost to Gyrocopter. They lost 3 heroes. This is the time to end the game. Fear is actually running into the problem of too much gold soon. And if they delay it too long, 4C may just have too many items for him to compete with.
Yeah, AG looking to take game 1 of this best of 3. If they win this, they're 1 win away from moving out of Group C, which is what everyone assumed would happen. But 4FC have given them a decent run for their money in this game. They've had their moments, just not enough of them. We'll see if they can string any together as EG looks to take their first lane of Rax. Fear, Chippy at the tower, Bambo and Jo in tow. The tower dropping pretty quickly. Now the Mask of Madness thrown out. He'll be impaled. He'll be monoburned. Strangby trying to slow this push down. Dagon's available. Might as well throw that into the grind, into the fray too. But they'll take the melee Rax. Now EG looking to back off. While this is happening, Blomberg pushing out the middle lane. He'll back off. Demon jumps in. Now the
He has a gem.
The chrono airballs
okay.
it, but Demon backs him back.
Saves the day.
So it ends up working out. Now the BKB.
They're just falling apart here, 4FC. And I think the biggest mistake for them is, again, as LD and I pointed out, just not ganking using their Shadow Blades. Fear went like the greediest possible build you can go on Faceless Void. No HP, Agi Treads, Midas, Battle Fury, and did not get punished at all. They just let him farm away with it. They're like, hey, we're content to farm. Hey, we'll beat them in 30 minutes plus, right? Absolutely not. And not with the way Fear's been playing, not with the way that 4FC has been spreading out and just letting Fear just get free kills left, right, and center.
Even though EG had a really good tri-lane lineup, well, I mean, they had Visage and Twin-Headed Dragon. Any tri-lane's going to be decent with that. I think the best way for a team like 4FC to beat them is to get aggressive, but the issue is this particular team is just so used to playing greedy. I mean, going for Masked Midases, Shadow Blades, split push heroes, multiple carries, farming late game. I guess it doesn't suit 4FC's style, but I think it's what would be more effective against EG.
You have to be flexible.
If you just pressure Fear, then, I mean, Jaos did pretty well mid, but, you know, we saw got picked off a few times. Demon was overextending. If they had put pressure on him, if they had a different kind of draft that could do it,
Yeah, Fear is
I think
really
that's
the
the
heart
best
of
strategy.
EG. And if you take him out, you can take a win. But
It's not necessarily just the team, it's also the way they're drafting. Like, they're only getting them the anti-mages, the voids, the hard carries, right? The 4 protect 1 carries pretty much. And
I guess 4C just doesn't want to make the mistake of overextending and just losing by playing too aggressively. But sometimes you just have to. You can't let this void just get 6-slotted and just absolutely crush you. Who can stand up to him? Absolutely not with a gyrocopter. They can only kill him by bursting him down before he passes BKB, and that is very close to impossible with just the way the game's been going. I haven't seen a Scythe of Vice used yet. Gyrocopter has almost no items, definitely no possible man mode actions versus the Faceless Void. You need BKB, you need an MKB, which he doesn't have, or Butterfly. Butterfly would work very well, but with just Yasha and drums on him, I mean, that's what he had like 10 minutes ago.
even the butterfly is only okay, because
Yeah.
you still get chronoed, you
still
don't
get
get the
bash.
evasion.
Yeah, he just needs more items though in general.
And there's your butterfly. So, yeah, he's pretty much 6-slotted. They'll want to end the game now. Krilly.
They find
Trying
Krilly.
to TP out. Nice vacuum from Demon. Well played. He'll catch Krilly on the retreat. And now Krilly, I think he's got buyback here, but he seems like he's in a lot of trouble. Try to TP out. One more scream. Almost got away. Jo was thinking about an ult there. Wanted to make sure they stood secure that kill. Bimbo, just a couple of familiars chilling mid.
There is Fear's 6th item.
Yeah, he's 6-slotted now.
I'm actually surprised that he did not sell his Midas first before buying it, because now he won't have enough reliable gold to buy back if they decide to push at this very moment, which it actually kind of looks like.
Yeah, of course, whenever you spend, if you spend all your gold, then you've used all your reliable gold. So now when you sell the item, you don't have it. But Fear, he'll push in the middle lane. EG, just looking to defend.
6-slotted Fear. I guess he could replace his BKB. It's only at 7 seconds, though.
Maybe
He's
the
been pretty
Mask
liberal with
Mask
it.
Madness is kind of a mediocre
Yeah,
late game item. Like, you
that's
could
true.
get an AC and get I mean, maybe your teammate gets a blast
there it
then. He'll
goes.
jump in. There's the chrono on 1. Blomberg certainly dead to this. And the BKB was even popped. He used everything just to kill the Dragon Knight.
There's a buyback from the Gyrocopter, but they are only 3 strong right now. Furion's still dead for another 20 seconds. But no Chronosphere, no BKB on Fear. Thinks twice about pushing. Just content to farm a little bit more.
EG pressuring in the bottom lane. Betas grouped up here as the twin-headed dragon along with the Void. EG, 3 heroes marching towards the bottom lane. They take this game. They're 1 game away from moving out of this group. It hasn't been the smoothest ride, but a win's a win. And they're getting close to 1. EG, still grouped up. Betas throwing out the Ice Path. Strangby, take a bit of damage. Look for the leap once the BKB cools down. While that's happening, though, it's a bit of a mess in the middle of this fight. Demon has dropped a big vacuum and a wall. Great initiation from him. And now it's just cleanup for the Faceless Void. Fear giving chase. Jo jumps in, and 1 more hit should be enough. The gyro will fall. The Dragon Knight, 15 seconds on the sideline. Jo might go down here. Bambo could go down as well. That's going to be 2 dead. In comes Fear, though. Finally, the BKB up. He's just been waiting patiently for it. There's your crit lord. Boomski with the triple kill. But I don't think it's going to matter. Now Mask of Madness, 1 bash, and that's
Pain.
making
The pain.
just he's taking a sledgehammer to
My mace,
like a
your
strawberry
face.
here. My mace in your face indeed. This is what happens when you have the timeless
GG well play comes out from Forest.
the timeless mace. The what is it called again? The one that got
Immortal
discontinued?
Timebreaker.
Yeah, the Immortal Timebreaker. This is a vintage item, guys. It makes you better at Dota.
Yeah, Fear definitely just carried his team. They made a lot of mistakes in the early game. The other players did. Jo getting picked off once, losing the rune, blinking into the haste. Died, gave DK a lot of farm. Darkseer died once on top. He let those 2 towers fall down. He TP, died, and none of those early mistakes mattered at all for EG. Just securing farm our Fear, just the easiest path to victory for them.
Well, that's going to wrap up game number 1 of this best of 3. That's going to wrap up game 1 of this best of 3. We do have at least 1 more game, possibly 2 headed your way. I'm LD. He's Merlini. If you enjoyed our cast, you can follow us on Twitter. Twitter.com/LDDota. Twitter.com/MerliniDota. But it's the Corsair Summer Tour 2013. Head over to gc.corsair.com and you can enter for a chance to win some free Dota TV tickets for the tournament. Hope you guys enjoyed the game. It was a bit of a slow burn.
Get pumped, LD. Get pumped. for a next farming game.
It's been a long cast for us.
Super greedy.
Well,
builds.
we'll see if he is there any carry greedier than a Midas Battle Fury Void.
Double Midas Bear.
Double Midas Bear.
That's about it.
Yeah, I guess Bear's in theory the greediest here because you can get 12 items.
But other than that, almost nothing. Maybe Midas Battle Fury Anti-Mage, but this is the same thing.
Yeah,
They're the same thing.
pretty much the same. All right, guys, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, it'll be 4FC versus EG, game number 2. EG 1 win away from moving out of this group. If they advance, it'll be as the 2 seed in the group. Stay with us.